guys, let's just get straight to it. Just when you think it's all been said and done, and when it's been put to bed and everyone thinks it's over, something incredible happens. Oh, no, not this. I'm obviously talking about this. Listen, Cubs, I know a lot of people out in Illinois, they do not have the proper eating habits for you to be giving them heart attacks like this. So if you could just ease it on in tomorrow and just kind of win like you did today by a giant margin where we pretty much think you've put it away by about, top of the fourth. And was I the only one who, when Joe Buck was starting to talk about the need for relief pitching at this particular World Series Game 6, when he was saying, like, oh, well, the Cubs are really coming down to it, I guess they're really looking deep on their bench, that you're just thinking in your head, this could happen. We are so close to having this happen. And I think every single human being wants to see this happen. I'm just saying, if somebody from Disney and the Cubs organization can make this happen, that would be great. We didn't quite get in our good friend Aaron Marsh's suggestion of having Bill Murray dress up as all of his famous characters, but Bill Murray was quite good when he sang. I guess the Take Me Out to the Ball Game, so it was fairly good. All right. Listen, 1908 is a long time to wait, so we hope that things go well for you guys. And I know that some of you are watching, and listen, I get this. Indians fans, it may be easy to feel like you're being ignored in this situation. I know this sucks. Those Golden State 3-1 jokes have to be in the back of your mind right now. But for the rest of us who are normal folks, we're just excited to see it play out like this. So, and if we're being honest, neither of you deserved it without a crazy amount of drama surrounding it, so more fun for us. But again, though we may have our differences on any kind of World Series talk or anything like that, I think we can all agree on one important thing. Joe Buck is the fucking worst. Seriously. I already have to put up with him for fucking football. Can we just get him off the air? I loved when he was literally on the proverbial Dodgers train, and I was like, dude, shut up. I really don't give a shit what the hell you're talking about here, man. So, I think that unites the country more than most things. But you know what? Let's get to some actual jokes. Things that are actually happening outside of the realm of just sports. If you guys want to talk a little bit more Cubs, I'm happy to do so. A little bit later, we'll get back to it. Washington, D.C. just passed a law that will allow physician-assisted suicides. So it's safe to say our nation's capital is prepared for a Trump presidency. I love that picture. I want to put it back. It's just a fist. It's literally just like life or death. When you type in physician-assisted suicide, that's the image that comes up. So it took me a while to stop laughing at it instead of my own joke, but there you have it, guys. Let's go to our next one here. Oh, good Lord. The new Leonardo DiCaprio global warming documentary is apparently getting the cold shoulder at the box office. Or, as audiences now like to say, they're finally showing DiCaprio what it's like when you play hard to get. Here's my issue with this. Nobody knows global warming better than Leonardo DiCaprio. If you watch the movie Titanic and you see the polar ice caps basically kill him, you understand why he feels so passionate about this sort of thing. So, and let's be honest, he could have fit. Every single human being knows that he could have fit on that board. But Kate Winslet was like, don't you dare ruin my Oscar chances. You stay the fuck away from me. Anyway, that's what I'm just saying. He's too pretty. So, I think he's got it okay. Hey guys, get this. The number of kids who are receiving a homeschooled education has now doubled. Or, as the kids who are currently being homeschooled heard that story, homeschooling now in the megazillions. Yeah. I would feel worse about that, but, the kids who are homeschooled wouldn't even know they were being insulted, so womp womp. I love that. I love that more than anything. Apparently that comes from a study that says it's increased in twofold since 1999, which begs the question, have they been doing any other studies since 1999? Because it's a long amount of time to go without doing some study. Get this, Butterball is adding a number that people can text this holiday season if they have a turkey emergency. Though it's going to be hilarious when concerned food makers get a return text back saying, "New phone, who dis?" I love that we've actually gotten to this point now where Butterball is like, listen, forget voter fraud. The real thing that upsets people is if these turkeys don't have a way to be cooked. Have you guys ever called the Butterball hotline? I think one of these days, maybe as we get closer to Thanksgiving, we'll end up doing that on our show. I feel that's an important established amount of time that we should dedicate ourselves to here. I want to go ahead and and say here, let's go ahead and catch up with a few of our friends. Logan Gonzalez says, it would be really funny if Cleveland won Game 7. No, it wouldn't. And I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. I am rooting for my good friends, the Cubs, because we have a lot of friends who are there. I love Courtney Smith saying, ease it in. Trying to. I'm going to put away this Butterball thing real quick to tell you a quick aside that happened, I guess, on the Cubs game. They were talking with one of the Cubs players, and they literally just asked him, it was like, how you think you're holding it down? And it literally asked, like, essentially, just in the vocal of the voice, it's like, how that dick swang? And the player was just, like, looking at him like, he wanted to respond like, dude, how do you think my dick swang? Like, get off me, dude. So that's a kind of great reporting that's going on the Fox telecast, in case you guys were wondering. Let's get back to some jokes. There's no better way to get back to a joke than this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, according to a new study in the Washington Post, a majority of Trump supporters suffer from hostile sexism. In a response, Donald Trump today said, "Why doesn't anybody ever talk about the non-hostile sexism? Am I right? A lot of people are saying." Props to our good friend Sam B and their writing staff for doing A Lot of People Are Saying. We just happened to be doing the same thing yesterday on our podcast, Verbal Tap, in which my good friend Kevin Phillips finally beat me in fantasy football. I'm not very happy about that, but I decided to take a lesson from this man over here, and not that I take a lot from them, but I decided to take this lesson, which was I just didn't concede. I said, hey, wait a second, we got to see this thing through. I've heard a lot of rumors. A lot of people are saying that Kevin used illegal servers to set his fantasy football lineup. You know what? It's kind of addictive once you start doing it, so just saying. Don't mock it till you try it, guys. In other news, the new iPhone 8 may come with a wireless charging ability. Yeah. Now instead of plugging into a charger, you'll only need to give your blood. Nothing's funnier than charging an iPhone like it's just your new heroin fix. No? I'm testing it for a vein there. Alright, let's see what else we got for you guys. Boom. Oh, look at this. Cool Pope, right? Well, Pope Francis says that the Roman Catholic Church will never, ever have female priests. So sorry, ladies. Little boys are still off limits to y'all. Here's my thing. Do women even want that job? They're normally too busy just getting other shit done. Like, what does an actual priest do other than being like, hey, don't do this. I mean, if you can, it'd be great. It's just, I'm just saying. Listen, it's not exactly the world's most coveted job anymore. Not that it ever was. All right, guys, let's move on before the religious get too angry. Hey, speaking of this, and finally, Bill Cosby's lawyers say that he is now registered as being completely blind. His lawyers also say they're going to try the Trump defense. Have you seen those women? He would have never hit on them if he could see. A lot of people are saying that Bill Cosby is innocent. Maybe Trump missed his calling. I don't think people would be half as angry if he was like Judge Judy and had like jurisdiction over idiots who have disputes over like $500 fines. So anyway, guys, okay, so we put up a post that was asking our friends to submit photos of cool and funny things that happened over the weekend for the Halloween season, because people get dressed up and it's a very nice and fun thing to watch our friends get dressed up. So we were looking for people to send in photos of like embarrassing things, right? Like things that people would be like, oh my God, or that's so funny, that's a great costume. When I put that out there, this is what I got: an adorable child. Now listen, I'm going to make fun of a lot of things in my time, but I'm not going to make fun of an adorable child, let alone one from our good friends, Bill and Kelly Oswald. Their child is, I mean, listen, you can't make fun of this. They did say that everybody else can go home because he basically won. So if you've got something better than this, please send it my direction now. We may be able to integrate it on the show as we're going along, just to let you guys know, because we have that capability. We are quite versatile here on Early Late Night. But that wasn't the only one that people sent in to me. Our good friend Kit Karania from Jiu-Jitsu Times sent in this one and said, Raph, I wonder if you know who this is. Well, if you're asking me, it looks like Pussy Grabber. So I still want to see if I can trademark Pussy Grabber as the next James Bond villain, because I feel like that's where it comes from. So thank you, Kit. It's not terrifying enough to see him in the human form. Now we have to settle for seeing him in adorable form. And that's about as much time as he'll get here. Our good friend Lauren Nelson sent in this one, which, listen, I don't know that we have the rights to show this or anything to that effect. But again, I'm not making fun of these wonderful family members. Netflix, chill, and the result of Netflix and chill, which again, very, very funny stuff. So we want to thank everybody for sending in stuff. I know a lot of people wanted to send... no more of the dog. Making Trump to be adorable is... no, it does not help our cause. All right. So anyway, that was our holiday season here for the Halloween season. So we were very excited to see things like that. Of course, Halloween season doesn't just end there. We have a lot of friends who do funny things on the side, and I just happened to see somebody blow up today. I mean, not like blow up, like blow up on the internet. Our good friend Shah Davari, he's a forensicator, he's a speech nerd. He basically did something that I want to share with you guys because I thought it was so funny. And if you guys enjoy this, please be sure to share this, because it's funnier than anything Jimmy Kimmel's done. So, not that that's saying a lot, but I mean, like, go with it. This is how he celebrated his Halloween. Okay, so obviously very funny. I thought it was a great bit that he did. So when I saw that, I was laughing profusely. I thought it was really, really funny. I don't see a lot of people do stuff like that where they set up a camera. But then when I asked him for permission if I could put this up, he wanted me to make sure that I posted this to go along with it. Now, I want to get your opinions on this because he wanted to make sure that people knew the full truth. Now, I'm not sure that the people needed to know. This isn't like an email server sort of thing, but you be the judge.
I can't deal with this one. He's too cute.
So yes, that's him asking permission from people and trying to let them know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going to throw some things at you. We're friends. Come on. And then he would basically, go and do this nonsense, which... still, again, very funny. But I didn't feel the need to know that. I don't think he's a human being who's, like, chucking them like a dodgeball at the kids. So, to Shaw, I just have to say, listen, you don't need to make yourself a lower human being and comply to the audience expectation. I think it was funny enough as is. So, to Shaw, we have to say, very good stuff there. Again, we have other stuff that we need to get through. If you guys want to go ahead and chime in, you can do so in our comment section. We'll get to some hot topics in a few minutes. But we also wanted to send a big shout out to our good friend, I didn't get the chance to even say a happy birthday to him, so I'm going to go do so right now. The yin to my yang, everybody. Our good friend, Mr. Austin Stack, celebrated a birthday yesterday. It was the big 30. Though he doesn't look it here. Look at him. He looks timeless. Like an old-timey movie star. Look at him. I just wanted to send a very happy birthday to him. Austin has been doing excellent things. We're obviously still saying yo and what's up and stuff like that. So when we get the live show back up, Austin will very much be a part of that show. So we just wanted to take a moment out and say, hello, Austin. We hope you're doing well. Happy birthday. I'm sure I'll be getting a text from you probably within the next day or so. But we did not forget. We just were going to do the show yesterday, and then we're like, let's see how this World Series thing goes. So, Austin Stack, happy birthday to you. Okay. If you guys didn't see this yesterday, we also put this up. I'm going to go ahead and put it up right now in case you didn't get the chance to see it. Or you may have seen the dance version of it and you really didn't know that there was a whole bit that we did. But 2 years ago, we did one of my favorite segments at the live show for Early Late Night. I would love to play it for you guys, and we're going to do so right now. It is how we integrated Thriller into one of our favorite shows. So we're going to play that, and if you guys have some topics that you want to put in the comment section below and you want to share it and you want to get more people involved in a conversation, we'd love to have one as soon as we get back. But we have a couple little small topics that we'll talk about once we're done. But ladies and gentlemen, I give you Early Late Night presents Michael Jackson presents Thriller.
And here's a promise right here, right now. We will not be scaring you all night with Ebola jokes. Sounds good? Thank you. You feel my frustration, right? Every goddamn news story has been about Ebola and why you're going to die. So that is why we are not going to be doing that to you guys here tonight. Sound good?
Yeah.
Let's welcome up Austin Stack. Come on up, Austin. Are we doing Thriller tonight? We're not. No. Why would we do that? That's stupid. We'd never have done Thriller. Why would we do that?
I thought if I lied, maybe we'd start.
That's fair.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Good to see you.
I made it.
Hello, this is Early Late Night writer Pauline Eckhart. How are you doing?
I made it all the way here.
You did.
I ran from my trailer.
Okay.
For the Thriller thing? We're doing the Thriller thing, right?
Why did you start that? No, we're not. We're not. Thank you, though.
So we are, but later? Is that what?
No, that's not what's happening.
You look terrible. Like, you look like shit. I mean, are you feeling okay? I mean, you
feeling
look
fine.
like
What's
maybe you're.
No, he's right.
I.
You're getting pale.
You know
No,
what?
I'm not.
I think you don't. It's not Ebola. I think you have T-bola. It's like it, but it makes you really want to do the Thriller dance.
No, sit down. No. All right, let's do the walkover, you guys.
All right, I don't get paid enough for this.
We also wanted to send a quick shout out to our good friends at the MMA Complex. They're going to be having me on their show tomorrow. So I don't know that that's live, but we'll put out some plugs for that as well later in the future. Anyway, folks, before we leave, Bryan Cranston says that he's going to move to Canada if Donald Trump becomes president. Listen, I don't know if you know how bad things are if Walter White is going to go somewhere else, but that's bad. And Bryan Cranston is one of our finest actors. So I don't endorse him going anywhere else. So think of Bryan Cranston when you go to the voting booth. And I guess that's going to do it for this week. Next week, we are going to come, I believe, next Monday, we're going to do a show to get you guys ready for the next day, which is the potential apocalypse. We may be doing some fun stuff for some early late night special voting sort of things, or voting election specials, if you would. So stay tuned for that. We'll keep you guys updated. But as always, we thank you guys so much for interacting with us, keeping things lively and fresh and fun. We will be getting with you guys very soon because, again, we always have some fun announcements to be putting for you guys. So I think that is going to kind of do it for us here today at Early Late Night. Hold on. Okay, Shah just chimed in. Before we leave, I want to make sure. He said, I didn't exactly ask permission. Just made sure to check that the people, to see that the far kid was from the door and how old they were. Listen, dude. You're still trying to, why give me the second video to see how they're going to do? You should have just tossed the candy at them with no disregard for their life or anything like that. However, dude, we are so happy that you are blowing up. I think that's really great. I was really happy to see you kill it on the Up Rocks and crush it everywhere else. I think that's really funny, and I think more people should do something as creative as that. So I'm glad you did it. But yes, good stuff. I also want to send a nice message to Maria Smith. Good to see you as well. I hope that you are doing well. I know that you are a Sox fan, but I hope you find it in your heart to be rooting for the Cubbies as well. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys had a good time. Again, we're going to do our best to try and keep you guys sane, I guess, in this next coming week, because it's going to be a doozy, guys. So let's just all get through these next 9 days. Shall we? All right. I think that's going to do it for us here at Early Late Night. We hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. And for those, Maria, this is too late for you. You need to get to bed over there. It's far too late for you to be tuning in to us here on the West Coast. From all of us here at Early Late Night, have a good one, you guys.